Hi everyone, I'm Gio. So, a couple things happened recently that really got me thinking about my past and kind of how far that I've come. The first one was that I was at a church function at my second church, and at the church, it was a revival service, and me and my wife got to be volunteers, and we worked at the doors where we put bracelets on everyone that came through the door. So at one point during the service, two police officers showed up at the door. They're Utica police officers because we were in Utica, and they showed up at the door. Now, it really did occur to me that I'm welcoming these officers in here, and they're very happy to see me as well as I'm happy to see them. Because there was a point in time in my life for years, decade of my life, where if I seen a cop, I had to run in the other direction. And they were not happy to see me because I gave them trouble every single time that I seen them. But now that shows, my growth and how far that I've come. So that was the first thing. The second one was that this morning I had a knock on my door. It was about 9 a.m., maybe a little bit hair before 9 a.m., and kind of woke me up because I'd fallen back asleep. But I got up, I ran to the door and answered it. I was actually even a little bit excited to see who it might be because I don't ever get visitors like that. So, but that occurred to me as well that there was a point in time in my life, decades of my life, where if someone came to my door, I was not answering that door at all costs. I was hiding at all costs because no matter what, it was going to be negative. It was going to be, a NIMO worker telling me that my power is going to be shut off, or else it was going to be a bill collector or someone trying to serve me papers, or else a cop for some reason, looking for me. So I did not answer the door at all costs. But it just shows, how far that I've come in my life and how far that, you can go in life in just a short amount of time. It was just 3 years ago, yesterday, March 1st, 3 years ago, where I got in a cab on my way to rehab in Pennsylvania. And the big thing about that day, like, because that was a life changing moment for me, because look where I'm at now. I'm wearing a shirt that says Jesus on it, and I am making videos that talk about God. And that was really, really like such a huge moment in my life, getting in that cab and going to rehab, because at the time when I made this appointment to go to rehab, I really wanted to go. The whole thing was my daughter was going to be getting married a little bit later in the year, and I knew that I had to get myself, cleaned up, and I knew that I had to change my ways. So I had spoken to her and told her, that I was going to go to rehab, but that was months before I actually made the phone call to go. And at the time that I made the phone call, I was with my wife now, Tanya, and me and her, we got in a fight, and I was upset, and I didn't have any I didn't have anything to get high with. So I was like, I'm going to go to rehab and leaving all this behind me, and this is what I'm going to do. So I made a phone call on this day, and I said, White Deer Run. I called and said, okay, can I come there? And they said, yeah, we can pick you up in say 5 days and we'll be there. I went through the whole intake, and that's what I did. So now it's on 5 days later, March 1st, and I wanted to get high one last time. So me and my wife, my wife now, she wasn't my wife at that time, but we got picked up that morning at like 8 o'clock, and we had to go do all this running around. And I remember we didn't get anything until like 11:30 that day, that we finally got what we were trying to get. And now this cab is supposed to be picking me up at 12. So I get back to my house. It's like 11:45, but I'm thinking, okay, I got 15 minutes. I'll get high real quick. I'll get right, and then I'll go. But you know what? I show up there, the cab's there already, and he's waiting there for me. So it's like, what do I do now? Do I tell this cab, forget about it, I'm not going to go, so I can enjoy myself? I got a bunch of stuff, I can enjoy myself for this day, or do I get in this cab and go? So I had already had my bag packed. It was a little duffel bag. I had probably 3 outfits to my name, and I think I had $10 in cash on me. And I got in the cab. I said goodbye to Tanya at the time, and I got in the cab to go, with no thoughts of ever coming back to Herkimer. No thoughts at all that I could ever come back to this area. Because for one, at this time, I had multiple charges against me, out of 4 different courts in this county alone. as well as other charges, which were felony charges that were up against me. So I didn't know how long I was going to look at, as far as soon as I would get picked up. I didn't know how long of a jail stint I was going to be looking at. So my thought was, if I can go, and I can get like years, somewhere else, rehab, and then go to, a further on program, I thought the longer I can stay away, the better chance I would have with those charges. And then the second part of it is that if I come back to this area, I can't succeed because everyone I know here, uses, and everyone I know here is involved in my life that I'm with now. So I didn't think I could succeed, but with everything, God brought me back. Situations happened at rehab, and everything led to God bringing me back here. And boy, oh boy, am I so glad that He did. He knew exactly what He was doing. Like, He really, really did. I look at my life now, and I look at my life this weekend alone. Okay, so this weekend I started out on Saturday. Well, I worked Friday night, because I work 4 days a week, 10-hour days, and I worked Friday night. Then Saturday, me and my wife, well, I started out going to an evangelist class at my church. Then after that, me and my wife went to a revival service where I said how we volunteered, and it was amazing because while we were there volunteering, we're both working the doors, we're handing out bracelets, and we're being who we are now. We're being the people that we are now. And we had 4 different people come up to us and tell us what an amazing couple we are, and how we're honoring God with our relationship and stuff. And people see that in us and would come up and say that to us. 4 different people said that to us, one being the pastor of that church. And the thing is it's one thing to have people say something to you, but it's another thing to actually feel like it's true. And that's the thing that both me and her both said, me and my wife Tanya both said, was that it's amazing that all these people see this in us, but it's more amazing that we feel like that it's true what they're saying, and that we know that it's true what they're saying, because we are an amazing couple, and we do put God first, and we are trying to be the best versions of ourselves, and we've come so far. And just the thing is like, even no matter how far we've come, we still have so much further to go, and there's so much more ahead for us. And that's the exciting part, is that okay, well, we have all these accomplishments. I got my license back, we have our house now, we have all these things, my credit score is almost 700. We got a car, just all these different things that we have now. But yet I want to accomplish so much more in my life. So none of this, I'm never going to get stagnant, because there's always more. There's always next levels that I'm going. I have my YouTube channel I can work on. I have an interview tomorrow to possibly do some work from home, some remote work from home now, just different things that I'm trying to do to grow. And then there's always the Word of God that you can study, and you can study, and then you can study some more, because you can never learn it all. You'll always learn something new. And that's the exciting part about this process. They call it sanctification, where you're getting better. Things fall away from you. Your sins keep falling away. More and more sins fall away. Like I noticed this weekend, usually I'm a big TV person where I cannot stop watching TV. But with everything I did, I stayed busy this entire weekend, and I absolutely loved it. I feel closer to God now than I felt in, the past year or so now, just from having such a great weekend that I had. So again, we were at that church, that revival service. It was amazing. It was awesome. We got to be volunteers there together. We go there together, and we're honoring God together. And that's an amazing thing. But then after that, I went to my very, very, very close friend Karen Macrina's house. She's kind of my mentor now. I met her in jail. She gave me a Bible. She used to do the jail ministry. She encouraged me to go to the church I go to now. And now I have a weekly Bible study with her, and I see her multiple times every week now. And she's an amazing, amazing person who I fell in love with in jail. Like I looked up to her so much, but now I get to spend all this time with her now, and it's awesome. Like I love it. So then we went to her house, and we brought a steam cleaner. We steam cleaned her rugs. We just did some stuff for her in order for her to prepare for her upcoming Bible studies, which are starting back up this week. And then after that, we went to another friend's house who does at our church. She's in charge of the children's ministry. She's a teacher. She's just an awesome, amazing person. We went up and we helped her with stuff at her house. She actually cooked us a big dinner. So me and my wife went and had dinner with this person in her beautiful house. And then we helped her with some stuff. I hung a TV. I did a thing with a Ring doorbell, just a few different things that I went and did, where we put our time out there and we put our love out there and we put just ourselves out there to do stuff for other people. So that was how we spent that day, and then the following day, we had church that day. Tanya, she works in the nursery. I do the camera at our church. We're giving back. We're part of everything. We're working where you're doing, just stuff that we're honoring God, and the whole thing is that when we make a commitment now, we keep that commitment. Like we're all steam ahead for these commitments that we make. And that's an awesome thing. And I love it so much that people see me now as a man of integrity. I've completely changed the way that the world sees me. Like if you didn't know me while I was using, if you didn't know the person that I was while I was an addict, you wouldn't even see that person in me anymore. And that was my entire life up until 3 years ago. It really, really was. That's what dictated my entire life for so long, because I felt like I needed something to be better, something to be different, because I wasn't good enough without something. And I felt like in order to be liked, I had to be high, because then I'm funnier, then I'm cooler. I thought all these things. But now the fact that I just have God in my life the way that I do, and now the fact that I live for God, like I said, Jesus on my shirt, I rock Jesus stuff all day, every day. Like this is who I am. People at work notice it and say things about it and tell me. This one kid told me that, it's refreshing to see in 2026 someone, that's saved and someone that's putting it out there the way that you are. Like said that to me. That's amazing. I love that. That's what people see me as now. It's awesome. But that's enough. Like I don't need to be anything more than what I am now. And I love it. I absolutely love it for that. So I did hear a quote today, and it was that a generous person will prosper, and whoever refreshes others will be refreshed. And that's exactly what's happening with me, is that me and my wife, then the other thing my wife did was she went to her daughter's house and went and steam cleaned her rug for her, brought pizza for her and her sister, and went and spent time with her and cleaned her room and did all this stuff with her. So by us doing these things, by us giving back, by us being generous, it's coming back, and it comes back to you. So they say that, when you bless someone else, when you do something for someone else, you're really not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. And I got to say that that's absolutely how it feels, because I feel stronger and better than I felt by doing these things for someone else. That gave me strength and it made me feel good. So why would I not want to feel that? Why would you want to feel like people that are selfish and that only think about themselves and put themselves before anyone else, helping anyone? Oh, I'm not going to go do that, because they're not going to pay me, or whatever reason you have not to go do something for someone. Like that's crazy, because when you just do something for someone without wanting anything in return, like that's like the biggest gift that you can give yourself. It really, really is. And it's when you feel closest to our Creator. It's when you feel closest to God, is at that moment when you do these things like that. So again, like it's awesome how far that I've come, and the different person that I am now. Like I truly am a man of integrity now. Like I said, if I say something, if I say that I'm going to be there, if I say something, my word is gold. Like I do not say something unless it is 100% factual. And if for some reason I'm not sure if something is 100% factual, I will state that. I will explain that. There was a point in time I did this a lot when I talked with that lady where we had dinner with her. I had to state a lot, like, this is something I've said for my entire life, but I don't know if it's 100% true, because there was, most of my life, I exaggerated everything that I said. And most of my life, I was trying to be someone different than I was, because I didn't like who I was. But this is something I've said for my entire life. So as far as I know, it's true, but there's a chance that it's not. So I would preface what I was saying with that, because I don't want anything I say to not be 100% true. And I want to be someone that only speaks truth. And I want to be someone that can be proud of everything that I say. Every word that comes out of my mouth, I want to be proud of that word. I'm not perfect by any means. And I cursed the other day. Me and my wife, I didn't like something that had happened in her life. And I cursed a number of times, not at her, but at the situation, because I didn't want her to be in the situation. So, but it wasn't anything about angry with her. I was just angry over the situation. But I cursed, I broke down and I cursed. and I didn't like that I did it at all. I repented for it, and hopefully I won't do that in that situation, and I can just learn from that and be stronger for it the next time that something like that happens. But it's awesome just to be able to grow and to be able to become this new person that I am. And I really, really, really love it. And I love being this example, this example of what God can do in your life, because you just look at, like me and my wife say nearly daily, we say how much that we love our lives. How many people in the world say that? You have billionaires that go anywhere that they possibly want. They can do anything they possibly want. They do not say that they love their life every single day. We really do. Like, we appreciate it so much because of everything that we've been through, and the low places that we've been in our lives where we didn't know where we were going to eat, how we could get food this day, or else we didn't know where are we going to sleep tonight, or else we didn't know when's the next time I'm going to take a shower. Like, these are questions that we've lived with in our lives for a long time. And now to be where we're at now, and the stability that we now have, and the happiness that we now have together, like, and it's not, I don't have really friends necessarily. Like, I have a church family who I stay in contact with at all times, who are my friends, yes. But all the people that I used to call friends, that I used to try to impress always, I used to try to, like, surround myself with people. Like, I love the attention. Like, I used to love my phone going off every 30 seconds because I thought that it was cool that so many people counted on me, and that so many people contacted me for this, for this, for this, for this, for this. I remember one time checking my phone. It wasn't even noontime yet, and I had already had like 48 different people that had been in contact with me. Like, my phone literally did not stop. But I liked it. I enjoyed that. I thought I was cool. I thought I was popular. I thought I was, like, I don't know, being somebody. That's what I thought at that moment. But now all I need is my wife. I need my prayer group that I'm with, and I'm good to go. Like, I really, really am. That's all that I need. And I'm content and happy with that. But so I just wanted to share all these things with you again. 3 years time, it's been only 3 years since I got in that cab to go to rehab. And in that time now, I can say how happy of a person that I am, and confident of a person that I am, and just 100% grounded in my beliefs, and just sure of myself, absolutely sure of myself, and a man of integrity. That's what I'm going to be now and forever. You'll never hear me say anything besides that, and it will never be anything besides the truth when I say it. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe, anything you can do to help this channel grow a little bit. I plan on doing more and more. I know I always say it, but I really do plan on it, and I have some things planned now, and I'm going to work on them. I'm getting better. I feel stronger now that I had these couple back-to-back really good weekends where I really did a lot of stuff. I'm feeling very, very motivated to do things now, so I'm going to run with that, and I'm not going to look back. I really, really not. So I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Anything you can do, once again, to show the channel love is greatly appreciated. I appreciate if you watch this video to the end, and always remember that it's nice to be important, but it's infinitely more important to be nice. I love you. God bless you. Bye. I really, really, really hope that worked out okay.